Hey everybody, I guess it's a good day to do videos because this is video number 3 for me today. Anyways, I was checking out SWA before bed and decided to do a video on an event that is very telling. And I guarantee you, besides Eric Briggs, that it'll probably be the most detailed explanation of what is going on that you will find on YouTube, to my knowledge. Alright, so on the screen, this is SWPC. This is from Discover satellite that's out at the L1 Lagrange point, which is in between us and the sun. So it is reading information directly from the sun coming towards Earth. So that gives us an indication what should be coming, because it's put there for a reason, because that's the path. They want to know, a warning, what's going on before it gets to us. So here you can see current time. Well, currently the wind speed in kilometers per second is 350. And this is in the last few hours or so. Never cracks 360. A few hours back yesterday, we saw some 400, but again, this is now. Nothing. Very little, very calm. A little bit of density increase, not much. They don't give a figure here on the left side, so I'm not sure exactly. It's probably 20. So we're looking at density still below 20. Normally it's like 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's a little elevated. You'll see that. I'll show you. Alright. So the Magnetosphere tool on SWA, also known as the Y cut. Right here, Y cut. Up here you can see it too. But anyways, starting here, I've got a 5-hour frame set up. A little video. Anyways, in my last video we talked about closed field lines, and we've got a good example here. And what that is there are magnets behind us, and it's basically this magnet, Earth, is basically they're the same polarity, so therefore the lines will never mesh. They'll always push against each other. And over here we've got another magnetosphere. That's another magnetic signature, just like Earth has one. All the blue is in no shape or way connected to Earth. These are magnetic field lines from other magnets in the vicinity. Basically, they're supposed to be set up for each planet, and then a single one here for the sun. And these are supposed to be the other 9 planets, but you'll see that that's not always the case here. Alright, so this is the sun side. The sun's over here. Comes from the right, comes into Earth this way to the back, all to the left, from right to left. You can see this yellow color, that's normal. That's about, according to the scale they have, it's pretty zeroed. This scale adjusts to lower the intensity. That's just what they designed the tool to do, to maybe kind of just pad the numbers to make it look calmer than what it really is. And you'll see this 0 here. It'll drop up and down as things change, but that's just the way the tool is designed. Anyways, RE, this is Earth radius. This distance, 3,963 miles. From here back, you can just multiply that number times the scale, drop the minus sign, and that's your miles in distance behind the Earth. That's what it tells you where it is. You can judge the size on this side. Anyways, back to on the topic. Now, sun comes from the right to the left, but I'm going to show you some events that prove that the energy is coming from Earth and not from the sun, because we saw the wind speeds were pretty level. And I'll just hit this one real quick to show you. Uh-oh. There. Well, we don't, our baseline right now, because of where I end up in the frame, is 550. So we already know this number, which is kilometers per second still. This number is higher than what we know is coming from the sun, based on the Discover satellite that's pointed at the sun, telling us the information. Well, these satellites are inside the magnetopause, this red, inside, and they circle around. And in this model, we're looking down at the North Pole. That's the way it is. Here, up here is where the satellites goes 14, goes 13. That's all we got left now. But I'm going to progress forward. As you can see, we are getting some pretty big numbers in the wind speed. And there we go. Now we're back down to, these are ambient wind speeds coming from the sun right here, 350. We saw that. So where are these big numbers come? I know there's a 1500 in there. 1000 here, 1405, close enough. So you can see this side over here is still yellow. No changes in intensity, pressure, density. Arrows are all nice and straight, solid. You will see some orange come in, but that, like right here, that's a little bit of that more dense solar wind we did see on SWPC. But because of this big blast coming right here, 1211 in kilometers per second, coming from the Earth, you can see it in the polarity, in the wind arrows. This is solar wind, but it is polarity. But the blast did shorten the front side wind from the sun. The arrows got shorter, but I'm going to show you. But as we continue, see, there's another one. I mean, that's not coming from here. This is inside the shield. This magnetopause is like a shield. So what these satellites measure is inside. Sure, the outside can influence it, but clearly it's not. I've shown that already. So, and even the arrows are telling us where this is coming from. It's coming from Earth. And I'll show you where that energy is coming from. But as you can see, the sun side's pretty quiet except for a little bit of density increase with the little orangish color. But nothing comes from the sun. Okay, magnetopause. From the beginning. From the beginning, it starts quick. Mom, Earth is now pushing. Closed field lines means a push. Pushing against the magnets. The other magnets. It's magnet nature. Next frame. Here we've got our polar cap lines connecting to an object. And I believe this is probably the object it connected to here and wrapped around. As you can see, the Earth is pushing beyond it already. Because what has to be there to create, something has to be there to create this disturbance. Or else it would just be straight lines, you know, some fluctuation, some variable, sure. But this, no, this has to be something there. Check out eddy currents. Next frame. You've got a little second verification that there was something there because the closed field lines are still, there's one still wrapped around it. Even though the signature has blown back in the wind. But next frame. Okay. This signature is now basically widened, but it's still in place. So I would say there are two objects showing here, one here, we saw it earlier, and there's one here. But there's a third one right here. That's an independent signature. This is connected to the polar cap lines, but Why would you have a disturbance unless something is there? Next frame. This very interesting little thing. Event. Now, here we got our next proof. There is another magnet right here. The IMF lines are showing it this time because it's in blue. So that means that is in no way connected to Earth's magnetic field in any way, in any fashion. So this signature is very suggestive, maybe 2 to 3 objects, but it definitely is one here. But it's obviously a larger object because we have a larger signature. Alright, there's just a lot of these going on and I'm running out of time, but here is another classic example of, let me start back. Mom pushing, this is the very beginning, fairly normal, but then just pushing. And that energy is coming, you can see it right here. It's coming on around these closed field lines and coming in to the equator. We know where they come into the equator, but the model is set up with an incorrect, well, it's not incorrect, this is correct, but anyways, it's going into the equator and going out the back of the equator. And this energy is being pushed because Earth is a sentient being and it knows to do this. Why else? A dummy thing wouldn't know to do that. It just started happening. Its reason is because magnets came in behind it. And now it's following the laws of energy. Alright. Beginning of the push, you can see clearly where it expanded from. At this point, it's expanding out, not back. It started, but now it's like the water balloon that's just filling up from the spigot down here and now just going out and around because it's expanding. We know we have objects here. There's a good verification. Got a pressure difference. The signature, the closed field lines goes around it. We've got another field line that's forming around the outer edge. I mean, this is a no-brainer, guys. And I'm not trying to insult anyone. It's just, I don't know why some of these other YouTube guys can't get this stuff. They just show a one frame and talk a few things, but they don't really go into detail because they don't know. But here, 2 clear objects. Why else would these field lines be shaped like this? Closed field lines show it. The polar cap shows it. The whole signature. Bam. Wow. I'm going to run out of time, so I got to keep moving on. But I don't even know. Multiple signatures. Wow, even here. The last one showed it. Right here, next frame, closed field lines are still showing it. Still got the one in the back. What are we looking at? 7 or 8 objects? Wow. See, again, none of this is coming from the front. This is all coming directly from Earth. I don't care what anybody says. Scientists can tell me I'm wrong, but there's no information out there to really say I'm wrong, except for what I learned from Scientific Lee and Eric Briggs. And I know they both have correct information because it's nowhere else. Alright, less than 1 minute. This keeps expanding. I'm going to back it up. Going back forward. Expands out. Again, independent signature. IMF. Blue. Not connected. I mean, the polar lines are completely out and moving away from it. Dead signature. Dead giveaway. Oh, this is massive. This is Mom pushing away from all these magnets and they're all pushing back. This is great. Events like these is how we saw Ra's signature. Classic. 1, 2, maybe 3. We know we got this one. That's 4. 4 magnets right there. 4 bodies. Alright. There's just a couple more. We are running out of time, but there you go. Check it out. It's all good.